Ian.
Dave.
How are you doing, Ian? Apex Adjacent. Ian. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing. How are you?
You know, I think that we have talked about how I cope with stressful times with electronics projects. I have a package from Elite Obsolete, the people that do iPod custom parts and stuff. I have over here, Ian. Hang on. Look what I scored at a garage sale from a neighbor a couple months ago. A mint iPod Classic 5.5 generation, the most sought after for modding. It's in perfect fucking condition. They didn't even wipe it. I still have their Chumbawamba on here. They get knocked down, but they get up again, Ian.
They do. That's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing that. I have remember my little Dell XPS? I have an NVMe drive I'm putting in there. I've been on Alibaba buying things, Ian, that I'll talk about at a later date.
All right.
Yeah. So I don't know, Ian. That's what I'm doing. I think
that's a solid plan. A solid plan.
Yeah. I think you've been too busy to even think about coping with things. I think you've just had too much going on.
It has been a very busy couple of weeks. Yes, I had a very long week last week, which continued until I got home on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So it's been a long couple of weeks getting ready for all the stuff I did last week. So
right. Yeah. Right on, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you only have the stress-free holidays in front of you.
Right. That was right. Yeah, exactly.
This episode's coming out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Every year we do this. I'm surprised every year.
We've been on a Thursday night, Friday morning release schedule for, I don't know, 6 years now?
Yep. Every time I'm like, oh, right.
That's okay. Yeah, if we came out on Mondays, you'd be surprised by President's Day and Memorial Day and stuff, you know. Yeah, That's okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I do want to kind of circle back to kind of Thanksgiving later, but how have you been post automotive incident? Have you gotten a quote? Listeners will remember that Ian was in a little automotive whoopsie doodle.
Yep.
With the BMW X5.
Yeah, I have not gotten a quote. That is on my list for tomorrow to get us in someplace to get a quote.
Okay.
Because I was out of town.
Sure, yeah.
For basically 6 hours after it happened until this weekend. So I have not had a chance to get one yet. That is high on my list, though.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that whole process. I think it's going to suck.
Yeah.
I look forward to the quote being $1, $1 less than my deductible.
Right. Yes.
Which is going to be great fun. So.
Right. I get it. Yeah. And somehow your insurance will get worse afterwards. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, keep me posted on that. Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. And you had no rental car while you were out there last, right?
I didn't. No. Yeah. I was telling, we were saying before the show, I thought, foolishly, oh, I'm going to get to go karting. And that did not happen. I had no time to go karting.
You fly somewhere for work. Oh, no, you can't go karting.
I know.
I mean, why even fly anywhere?
I didn't even go to the record store. I didn't do anything outside of work, basically. So
dang, man. Dang.
I did blow off one dinner.
Okay.
I brought my extra laptop and played. I got DoorDash to the hotel room and played Civilization because I needed to not talk to anybody for 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude, that is a legit move. That's a how are you doing? That is a coping with everything that's going on, local orbit kind of thing, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. I sorted the burger places by greasiest.
Yes. I didn't know that was an option in DoorDash.
Greasiest and loneliest.
There's just Bourdain head and then Guy Fieri at the bottom. Yeah. Right? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. How badly do you want to feel about yourself after you're done with this meal? That's how I sorted it. And I just went right for full wallow up at the top.
Okay. I get it. I honestly, I think the only reason that I eat In-N-Out burgers is because it makes me think of Bourdain and like just his opinion on it. Like, I think that's really the only reason I go to In-N-Out, you know?
Right.
You know? Yeah, is to wallow in the loss of that dude.
Absolutely.
Right? But no, that's a legit like a self-protective like all of like the stuff that you see on Instagram, like the healing and like the like
self-care and wellness and all that.
There you go. Thank you. Just shove a greasy burger in your face, play a Sid Meier game. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Right.
Feel bad about yourself and then move past it. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Right? You have an itch, scratch it, buddy. Yeah. But that's a good move. That's a good move. How'd the Civ games pan out?
Terrible as always, you know. Not that good at that game.
Hey, I mean, if we could talk about the things we're not good at, that doesn't keep us from enjoying those things, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I love playing those games right up until the moment I get impatient and then completely fuck it over for myself, right? Like,
yes,
that's exactly what happened every time.
I always want to I want to think that I could be a strategy gamer. Like I aspire, but I do not have the patience for it. I tried FTL, I tried Into the Breach, I tried a bunch of stuff like that. And I can make it through like the tutorials and stuff, and it gets a little sketchy at the end of the tutorials. Right? Do you have like a gaming kind of like thing that like you think like you've tried a bunch of times, but like, and you know it just doesn't jive with you, but you kind of want to keep doing it, or you want to like you kind of wish it was a thing?
Oh, excuse me. There was one. I don't remember what it was now. But yes, I have had that happen several times with games where I'm like, oh, this is going to be right up my alley. I really want to do this. And then I get into it and I'm like, I don't really enjoy this that much.
Right.
I mean, honestly, doing the like open, I don't love the like the Forza stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like I like about half of the career things you do in Forza. And the other half, I'm like, this is the stupidest fucking thing.
Right.
Why am I bothering with this?
Right. I get that. Because I think that like I either want something like Burnout Paradise, where it's essentially Saints Row in a car, and I'm driving around trying to find all these billboards to like unlock something, right? Or I want like a simulation experience like Gran Turismo or Assetto. Right. Yes. And so like when you kind of like shove those two things in a box for me, I like it's a cool game and all, but like, you know, like I don't want a house that I have to drive to. You know? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get so I start playing it, I'm like, oh, this is fun. And then I remember like, oh, there's a bunch of hassle in this game, which kind of defeats the purpose for me. But
yeah. I get that. Yeah. We're having family over for Thanksgiving, and I know that the sim will probably get utilized at some point. So I'm going to fire that up some point tomorrow to do all the updates and everything.
Nice.
So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the sim and the mocking gallery that we all sit behind the person playing and make fun of them.
Just throwing things.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, right on.
Okay. So, I want to ask you about something because I'm looking at our agenda over here on the screen that everyone can totally see. And it says Dave went to the track, and I demand an explanation. Hit myself with my own pen cap.
Yeah, Ian, Chris from the Lemons team went out to High Plains for open lapping day. And I went with him to do some data logging because he's concerned about his BMW 1 Series.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And so I rode with him for about 3 laps, started to feel pukey, had him drop me off at the hot pit lane.
Okay.
And as I get older, man, it just hits me more,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Dramamine things?
Oh, yeah.
And the things?
Yep. I've tried the wristbands. I've
wristbands?
eaten a bunch of ginger beforehand. Yeah. So I used to get motion sick flying. When I worked at my previous job, I used to have to fly all the time, not the degree to you, but maybe about half as much as you, which is still a goddamn lot. Right.
Yeah.
And I used to have to take Dramamine on the airplane because I would get sick. And it got to a point where I was so accustomed to the drowsiness hitting from Dramamine that I would get sleepy walking down the jetway to get onto the plane. Like my brain had just programmed like, oh no, this is the time we take a nap.
Yeah.
Right. That
sounds lovely, honestly.
Right. I would start to feel tired, like in that space. And eventually it got to a point where I didn't need it. Like, I don't know how or why, but I wasn't getting motion sick.
Huh.
And I stopped, needing to take that, actual medication. But now in a car on a track for about three-ish laps out at high plains, like about 6, 7, 8 minutes. And it's that point where you're like, oh, if I don't stop now, it's going to be really bad. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You get that one tiny little super early warning burp. Right.
Yeah.
And usually like it's at like a negative G, like kind of hill to braking zone kind of thing. Right. And so, yeah. So, but anyway, I was out there with Chris and his BMW 1 Series, this is the one that I helped swap the engine on.
Right.
Yeah, that he had spun a rod on. Or a rod bearing. So he's really concerned about his oil temperatures and oil pressure. And so we logged oil temperature and oil pressure and tons of other data with, there's a BMW, and maybe it works for other cars, but it's called MHD. It's one of those like mobile apps and packages where you can like flash a tune to your car, you pay the subscription, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. And
so it exports out a CSV of all the data. And so he was really concerned about oil pressure and temps. It was 50 degrees out at high plains, which like 52 degrees, with the wind chill put it at 40 degrees. So the wind chill was just dropping at like 12 degrees easily. And full sun, right?
Yeah.
You know how just like deceptive it is out there, right? And so like I was bundled up. I almost put the battery in my heated jacket. Like that's how cold I was. And yeah, so pulled a bunch of data. Like I think it's more kind of trying to figure out what normal is for his car with his mods, right? And I think I'm getting better at kind of like doing data analysis around like all of this stuff like that produces log files, right? Like, so like I'm at the point now where like, okay, for this RPM range, these are the oil these are the oil pressures that we're seeing. Like, are you accelerating? Are you braking in these spots? This is when your oil pressure is dipping, right? Which correlates to like this place on the track, and like what you're doing in the car. And so we did not find any drastic oil drops. Nothing got below what the pressure was when his car idles, which is like 38 PSI or whatever, 36 PSI. Because there's like a pressure relief valve that opens and stuff like that. Same thing on the Fiat, and I'm sure on your car too, right?
Yeah.
But there was somebody else that we had seen on the forums because we were digging into this before we went out there, that like when they were tracking their 1 Series, their oil pressure dropped to 4 PSI.
Oh, that's no good.
No, that's real bad. And that's probably what happened when he spun his rod bearing. Yeah. And so he now has a baffled oil pan, dual oil coolers. Like he like threw everything at it. And so he's trying to figure out if it's going to be something that will sustain through summer as far as like oil temps go. And if oil pressure like stays there with him. And so it's almost like kind of like just very gentle stepping towards like making sure that the car is reliable.
So what did you end up seeing? Like, did he have any big oil pressure drops or anything?
No, like the only time that it seriously dropped, besides like the times when the RPMs came down shifting gears, was under heavy braking, like coming up High Plains Drifter into turn 8 and that, that hairpin that goes to the left. He got down to about 42-ish, but he had the clutch in and he's braking during that time. Right. And so the engine is dropping to an idle RPM at some point during that, you know. But yeah, so we didn't see anything concerning.
Yeah, know? 42, that should be fine, right?
It is. It is fine when it correlates with where the RPMs of the engine are, which it did, right? And so I think that like all of this stuff, I was telling my wife, I was like, I think I'm getting really good at something that I'm gonna need to use later on, right? Because there's gonna be some kind of data or some kind of thing that is happening, like with the Lemons truck or something, like one of our cars, and it's like, what is going on? And I'm gonna be able to find an anomaly because I also kind of did something similar, cutting my teeth on Chad's monster truck that I was helping him with the supercharged Tacoma, right? Like figuring out that he had a throttle body electrical connector issue because I could see flat lines in like the data readings, right? And you never would have known, you're not looking at voltage of your throttle body sensor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like just really digging into like Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that. And so, somebody in the family,
racing stuff.
Honestly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I found this amazing software. Matt Murphy probably knows about it. It's called AIM Race Studio 3, but you need like their device and everything like that. But it looks like everything I want. Ian, there's like GPS overlays and you can see like all these little line graphs moving while you're replaying stuff and you can overlay video on it. And
just the sexiest CSV files you've ever seen in your life.
Oh my God, look at the delineation on this. I never thought a header row could be so fuckable.
Oh my God.
Yep. So
and then when you see it in Notepad++, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah. So somebody in the family is an accountant. I'm going to harangue them over Thanksgiving to help me figure out better ways to like get these like data ranges and stuff, like kind of spit stuff out. Because like I can do it all in Excel. It's just a little cumbersome. So I just want to. I don't know what a pivot table is, Ian. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it was a good day.
Now, how much of this data am I going to be able to see on that iPod?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I can make it all happen for you. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
That's what we need to have. That's what you need to have. You need to have a Lemons car with a data logger that's an iPod.
Yes.
Because I think that would earn you some points. I really do.
I think it would, right? Yeah, if we could somehow start the car by playing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme on the iPod and the car starts up.
The button in the middle is the start button. Oh my God. I might be onto something there.
Yeah.
Or a Zune.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing we need to spend our time doing.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
There's nothing else going on.
Right. Yeah. Me like trying to interpret electrical pinout diagram for the iPod display. Yeah. So I can somehow hook it to like a Raspberry Pi. Yeah. No. I don't know, bud. But it was a good day out the track. It was one of those days where not a lot of folks were out there. The track was largely empty. Seemed like nobody was really driving like a jackass or anything. A couple people spun every now and then, but nothing crazy. Saw a Subaru blow up, a Subaru Impreza wagon, tons of oil smoke coming out of that. I saw a C7 Corvette get thrown on a trailer. So something was going on with that. Oh, and I accidentally left my car in accessory mode and I killed the battery on Luther. And so Chris had to jump me with his BMW, but after a while it did work. So yeah. It's a fairly new battery, so I'm sure it's okay. But yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was good when you're jumping the daily driver with the track car.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was excited that things have gone well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, other than that, good day out at the track. I understand why you couldn't go because you would have been murdered.
Well, I don't think I was even home yet.
Yeah, I was out there Sunday. You came home Saturday night.
Oh, it was Sunday. Oh, okay.
Yep. Yep. I was just
also, I was exhausted. There was no way.
Yeah.
I was so tired.
Yeah. My boy needs some sleep.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Wild and crazy week-long IT conference, you know how it is.
I do, unfortunately. And it sucks because you still have to do your job while you're doing conference job. Yeah. And you had 2 jobs to do at the conference, which was your job, the conference job, and then you still had to do your job. So,
Yeah, it was a long week, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm happy I did it.
So are you getting downtime over Thanksgiving? Like, I know you have some stuff coming up, but then
a little
Thursday,
bit. I mean,
Friday.
I still have Thursday basically end of list.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Friday too. I'll be able to kind of be quiet. So
okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Gotcha.
I'm excited for a long weekend for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to figure out karting soon. We need to figure out karting soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Not to put a thing on your to-do list because it's not like I think you don't want to go karting.
Definitely want to go karting. It's what I want to be doing right now.
But yeah, so Ian, would you tell me some things that you are thankful for from like an automotive perspective in like the spirit of Thanksgiving, this episode dropping surprise on Thanksgiving? Right? Like,
this is my favorite thing all year.
Yes.
Is to say the things out loud that I'm thankful for in an earnest way.
Yes.
It's what I love the most.
Yes.
No. So you want me to start? I would say getting to ride and that track day I did with PETA, I think this year was legit like one of the best track days I've ever done. So
yeah,
because it was
best cars with one of the best people.
Well, yeah, and just being able to like, I think we're both at a similar place with our driving and our kind of our skill level and everything. So it's fun to kind of trade off and learn from each other and all of that. So yeah, that was really cool. That I think was a highlight for sure. I've gotten to go karting with you a bunch of times, which has been great.
Yeah.
Seeing you do the, Dave the hell out of your Lemons team. I think that's also one. So
nice, man.
Those are my highlights for the year.
Yeah.
So far.
Your Volkswagens have both been reliable.
More or less. Yes.
Yeah. Right? I mean,
one of them got me across the country, so I can't complain.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Dave?
Absolutely hearing you and PETA talk about your time at High Plains together and just knowing that you like that the two of you have such a good chance to connect and communicate as peers and like collaborate on like figuring like the puzzles out together and stuff. Like that makes me so happy. And like just being out at the track like with PETA and just watching his dot move around the track in Track Addict and stuff like that. Like just being at the track and like seeing all of this stuff like happen makes me so happy. Like seeing it with the Lemons team and working on that. Absolutely. Yeah. Taking that road trip with PETA and Bip, Right.
Yes. Yeah. I forgot another one, which was the auto crossing with you.
Yeah.
And seeing that video that you put together was just so cool. Cause I was just thinking about with PETA too, about how like, our times were roughly similar, but we have pretty different driving styles.
Right.
And then same thing, I think, obviously with you and I, and that the two dots chasing each other.
Yes.
And seeing those, our 2 laps overlaid with one another was really interesting. And I learned a lot about how I how I drive.
Yeah.
From that. So yeah, that's great.
I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of that. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really thankful that you came autocrossing with me. I'm thankful that Joel auto dual drove with me, and his Volkswagen is running now.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to getting it a ride in that. Yeah. But thankful that that like other people are experiencing, my car and all of that stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's been a really interesting year, I think, for us. Cause I think like moving away from kind of like that, like automotive press kind of perspective to more of the motorsports and like passion perspective, I think is cool. And I just want to keep following it,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, this is kind of weird, but like, this isn't like quite like getting wet with Ian. Right, Caliber? I have the button right over there. I could hit if you want. You're thankful for me not hitting the button?
I am.
But like, in a way, I'm thankful for automotive stereotypes.
Okay.
Right? Like stereotypes within car culture. Right? And I'm thankful for them. Because I think the way it plays out can be pretty wild, but sometimes it's fantastic.
Right.
Right? There is nothing like when you see the Subaru with the like, I like boobies sticker and vape smoke coming out of the window that you're like,
yeah,
it is happening.
Of a flat brim hat. Yeah.
Yes.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Right. And also I think it gives us really interesting things. And one of those things is, I think it's given you something that I would like to present to you as an early Christmas present that I didn't do, but someone else did.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this is kind of weird. We've never done this on the show before. Okay. Ian is scared. I see.
I'm so scared.
You are, but when I say I got you, boo, right? Have I ever let you down? More than once in a row?
Only a few times.
Okay, Ian. Here you go. This is your early Christmas present, courtesy of someone who is not me.
Okay.
Hello, loyal Apex Adjacent listeners. This is Andy Ryan, and now it's time for your Mustang Minute. This is the segment where we discuss news and events for everyone's favorite muscle car, the Ford Mustang. This week's Mustang Minute is brought to us by the Ford Mustang SVT Cobra Owners Group on Facebook, where Zulu asks, which Ford Mustang is suitable for women to drive? Jordan Sylvia says, if you're scared of them crashing it, get a cheap one, LOL. David Williams says, a 4-cylinder. And Kevin Linus says, we don't live in the Taliban. She can drive any Mustang she wants.
Oh my God.
This has been your Mustang Minute. Remember, it's better to push a Mustang than to drive a Camaro.
Oh, holy shit. That's really funny. Okay. So for anyone who doesn't know, Andy Ryan is a very old friend of mine that I know from my time living in Oklahoma. And he has a very, very nice Mustang that he's had since high school.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the Show Us Your Cars picture of it, so I'll share it with the folks. Yeah,
and also he's maybe the funniest person I've ever met in my life. That's a very Andy Ryan joke. So, Andy, thank you.
Right,
that was very funny.
So I got a text out of nowhere from Andy, and was just like, "Hey, I've made something. How can I send it to you?" And he was like, I got your phone number from Jenny, by the way. I just knew whatever happened was so not sketch that I wasn't even like, why is this dude texting me? It was just like, cool, I'm in from as soon as he said it.
So he didn't even he texted you.
Yeah, directly.
Yeah.
Yeah. His I am Snick.
Yeah.
I'm a snack Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Right?
Super cool old Cobra. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Andy, for putting the time in to making the Mustang Minute. It's hilarious. It was so great.
Oh my gosh. I love that so much.
I love that, like, that on the Mustang SVT Cobra group, they were talking about what kind of Mustang is appropriate for a woman to drive.
I mean, that's all about right. You know?
Sometimes automotive stereotypes like just play out right in front of you, and it's like, guess what, dude?
Oh my God.
Any kind of fucking Mustang, buddy. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Even the fact, like, the fact that the question was even typed into a computer and those electrons happened, you know, it's like,
someone was like, yes, I shall send this.
Right. I genuinely want to know. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
So thank you again, Andy. Really appreciate
I'm
you
looking
that.
forward to this becoming a weekly segment, to be honest.
Yeah. You know,
I want that to be a weekly segment. I want Andy to read a forum post from a different corner of the automotive world. Every week.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Andy, there's your hook, buddy. Yeah. So, yeah. I love it.
I'm dead serious about that too. I do want, if that became a weekly segment, I would be thrilled. If he could just monotone, straight ahead, read a forum post from VW Vortex to me. I mean, that'd be great.
I mean, this podcast essentially started as the Saab Hour, so there's no reason it can't evolve into the Mustang Minute.
Obviously, yeah, definitely, yeah, could be.
Right? Yeah, Fiat Fun Time. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. That's really funny.
So, thank you, Andy.
Well, Dave, I have a license plate game for you. Speaking of stereotypes and leaning into them. This one, just like I think that forum post tells you everything you need to know about every single person who posted in there. Sometimes license plates are like, there's so much packed into them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like they all just say a lot. And especially when combined with the car, like it reminded me when I was putting this game together, it reminded me of the whole like Ernest Hemingway thing where the challenge was to write a whole story with no more than 6 words.
Yeah.
And he said, "For sale, baby shoes never worn."
Right.
So that is the title of this week's.
Oh, Jesus. Game. Okay.
Yeah. It is not as dark as that, but
I do. Okay. All right. There it is. There's the PNG file. All right, let's do this, buddy.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. Up top, we have a BMW 330i wagon in white. Okay.
It might be a 3. Oh no, I lost it.
It's a 330i.
It is a 330i. You're right.
Yep. Then we have a somewhat baby bluish Tesla Model Y. Dual motor. I realize, Ian, I'm telling you right now, I can see the reflection of the plate in the hood of the car, but I didn't see what it is. I'm not going to do zoomies and enhancies on it. Okay. Hang on. I can fix this. All right.
Post-it note on it?
Yep. I'm going to rip off a piece of this Post-it note. Okay. I'm putting it on my monitor, which I hate putting anything on my monitor. There. It's over that section.
Oh, I didn't notice that until just now.
Can I show you? No, my webcam wire is wired way too tight. Okay. All right. So, all right. And then we have a Hyundai Ioniq 5 in that kind of like putty gray, the light putty gray.
Yep.
Street parked.
And I will tell you, as far as zoomies and enhancies go, there's a Tesla license plate frame on the Tesla, and there is just a license plate frame from wherever they bought the Hyundai. Okay. And there's no license plate frame on the BMW, and nobody has any stickers. So
Yeah.
there's not a lot for zoomies and enhancies anyway.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, BMW has some big roof bars, like the big Thule bars on it.
Mm-hmm.
The Ioniq has like no window tint.
Mm-hmm.
Tells us tinted out. The BMW is skosh. But the plates, Ian.
Oh yeah.
The plates. Art Tart. ARTTART. Someone's a whore for the watercolors.
Oh my God.
I am such a ceramic slut. Okay, then we have I love this one so much. Bean Man. BEANMAN. Okay. Yep. And then we have BTC Girl. Bitcoin. It's the Bitcoin girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Ian.
Mm-hmm.
We are going BTC Girl on the Tesla. Okay. We are going Bean Man and Art Tart. Bean Man and Art Tart. We're going Bean Man on the BMW wagon.
Okay.
For some reason, I can see that makes me think of like a hipster dad. Right? And maybe he's like, he's not a barista. He's graduated to like roaster. He does coffee tastings, maybe barista competitions.
Okay.
I think Bean Man on the Bimmer, and then Art Tart on the Ioniq.
Okay.
The only thing that I'm questioning is that the Ioniq, I think, could be BTC Girl, and then I'd put Art Tart maybe on the Tesla. But I think I'd like to stick with Bean Man, BTC Girl on the Tesla, and then Art Tart on the Ioniq. Okay.
So I have a question about that. So
yeah,
you're kind of like waffling between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have a clearer picture of like who they are? Is it BTC Girl or Art Tart? Like who do you think you know better?
BTC Girl, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah. Because they're like in the Reddit Wall Street bets every day.
Right.
They're like on the crypto, like on the crypto subs, Yeah. I've met the male version of this person.
For sure. That's what I mean. So I don't know that I don't think I've ever met Bitcoin Girl before.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like knowing Barbie and never meeting Ken, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, that was my other question. Okay, so you're going. Your order is B-Man up top.
Yep.
And then you're going Bitcoin Girl, and then Art Tart.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see what he's won.
I'm venturing into the Dave Don't Look folder. There's some scary things in here. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. And I'm taking the tape off of my monitor. Oh, I hate touching my monitor, Ian.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, I swapped Art Tart and BTC Girl.
Yeah, but Bean Man, I think you had Bean Man nailed because I agree. I think this is like somebody who owns a small roaster or is involved somehow in coffee distribution or something. But like a white BMW station wagon is the perfect car for that, and it fits so perfectly.
Right? I have to haul like burlap sacks of unroasted coffee beans.
Yeah.
Right? Also, it has to do some family duty.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm a little bit of a yuppie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a yuppie, right? Yeah, I have a lot of opinions about about
and yes, this Patagonia vest is new. Thank you for asking.
Right. Yeah, I feel like if I like had followed coffee more and had kids, I could have turned out to be Bean Man, Ian.
Yeah, this is just a sliding door situation for Dave. This is what could have been, and just like with me and Art Tart.
yeah. I'm trying. Here, let's see if I can see the plate in the. Yeah, I think
You
I
totally can. You totally can. Sorry, that one's on me.
That's okay. That's okay. Note to self: I'm gonna look for stuff I need to crop out in reflections from now on too, because I don't think I've ever came across that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, your car's nice and shiny, Ian. That's
it was
right.
At one point. That's one point in the past.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Bitcoin Girl.
Yeah,
that's an interesting one.
It is. It is. Also, I mean, is it really a flex to put BTC Girl on an Ionic? I mean, like, if you're gonna like flex about crypto, your crypto wallet, put it on a fucking Lamborghini. Otherwise, don't even bother me.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care if it's leased or not.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. If you're calling crypto, it cannot be for a thing that I can lease for $120 a month.
I would agree. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Who would you rather, Ian? I have a who. Would you rather? Remember the BMW that you saw that had the vanity plate that was in the windshield that said paid cash or something like that?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who would you rather spend an hour with in a bar where they could talk at you nonstop? BTC Girl or the BMW cash guy?
Oh, God. Oh, I don't know.
And
is dropping a piano on my head an option instead?
This is not a rooftop bar that you could just hop off of. This is not the Watergate.
It's a very safe bar. There's padding all around.
Yes.
No glass.
No glass. Yeah. Everybody's drinking out of solo cups. Yeah.
Oh, God. This
is a bar in a psych ward is what this is.
Yeah, that's a truly horrendous decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither one of those sounds very appealing, to be honest.
But hey, let's give it up to stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the person you want to spend time with is Art Tart.
Right.
I need to know more.
I do. I need to know, is it a baking thing? Or is it truly like, are you an art dealer? Do you have a gallery?
Right.
Give me the skinny. What's going on, Art Tart?
Or have you just slept with every gallery owner in Denver?
You know what? Yeah, that could be it.
It could be it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know more. I don't need to know anything more about these other two. I already know everything there is to know from their
exactly. I need to know if decoupage is an aphrodisiac to you. Do you get aroused when you see a Basquiat?
That was fantastic, dude. That was really good.
Uh-huh. So there you go.
Oh my God.
Well, good catch. These are all ones you've snagged.
Yeah, those are all ones that I did, I think. Pretty sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well done, Ian.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to follow Bean Man. Also, Bean Man is in the parking lot to an O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I know.
What's going on, Bean Man?
It's a great question.
Uh-huh.
Dave, I have another album for you this week.
Okay.
Did you listen to the one last week at all?
I did. I listened to it while I was editing the show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What'd you think?
I liked it. It's not something that I would put on to like relax.
No.
Right. Yeah, but I dug it. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just curious.
You Will Know Us by the Trail of the Dead.
Yeah.
What's the name of the album again?
Source Tags and Codes.
Source Tags and Codes. Yes, that's it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going similar vintage again this week, but like sort of a different genre, I would say, for sure.
Okay.
So this is definitely more indie and a little more avant-garde, I think, than that. Less straight ahead rock music. TV on the Radio.
Oh.
We're going to go with their first record, Desperate Youth, Bloodthirsty Babes.
Okay.
Which is my favorite of their full-length albums. Lots of people like their second and their third record. This is my favorite. And it just like had its 20th anniversary. And so I've been listening to it a lot.
Okay. Yeah. What do you think inspired this pick? What do you think drove you towards this album? Like that's going
honestly,
on?
I think they're kind of like doing the like 20th anniversary thing. And like, so there was like an article about them that came out, and then like, a few other things where I just kind of heard them popping up again. And I was like, oh, I want to listen to the first record. And I did. And I was like, oh yeah, this is the best one.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard this one. Yeah.
Oh, really? I think you've definitely heard at least one song on this record, because it was a fairly big song when it came out for that scene. Like it was one of like the New York indie songs that
like
sort of
pole kind of.
That's like sort of broke through, like on par with like Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like that sort of thing.
Okay.
So Staring at the Sun was the big single off this record.
Okay.
And you've probably heard it. I think it's been in like commercials and shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've heard it in a Target at least once.
That's where I get all my finest music, is the Target loudspeakers.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
okay.
if you're like me and you like watching old Letterman clips, there's a great clip of them playing a song from their second record on Letterman. And that's one of like my all-time favorite like Letterman music performances. Is this band. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Right on.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, links will be in the YouTube description as usual. Yeah. Nice, dude.
Thank you.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think about this one, because it's got some stuff that I think you can kind of sink your teeth into a little bit.
I'm
but
sure
it's
I'll
also
like it.
Got some weird like jazz things going on, and and some rock stuff too. But like, yeah, I'm curious to hear what you think about this one.
Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave.
Ian.
We're at the end of the talkabouts. I think we done did a car show.
Like you said, meeting, end of meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, end of meeting.
End of meeting. I was really tired the other night. My wife and I were watching a TV show before bed. And like as soon as the credits rolled, I just turned off the TV and I was like, all right. Shut it down. Like there wasn't even the like, do you want to watch one more? Like, nope, it was just like
end of meeting. Yeah.
Right. When I'm so tired, I'm not being rude, but I'm not being polite. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I get it. End of meeting. Yeah, Ian. End of meeting. Well, cool, buddy. Oh God.
Mm-hmm. See?
Yeah.
Told you.
Yep.
Oh, I see you second my motion to end this meeting.
With the yawn. Mm-hmm. Yes, Ian. Okay.
Dave, people should send us their cars.
Yes.
720-515-1391 or leave us. Create your own segment for the show. You're allowed to do that. Apparently, that's what we're doing now. Just send it in.
We're going to be making a case-by-case call. Yes.
Anyway, Apex Adjacent, everywhere else, everybody, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.